Alright. You've reached another video from Mystical MoonRose Productions. I don't know how much I'm going to speak, but I do know that if I know the song, I'm going to tell you what it is, but I cannot flip back and forth. I listen to all kinds of music. So, if you know, I'm temporarily living with my husband to avoid these cold weather days. So, and, well, I've been here for a little while, but we are separated. And this is not bright enough light for some reason. Okay, well, that's on. I can turn that on. Okay. I'm putting a base color on this. And what we're doing is coloring an IKEA curtain, window curtain. It's a long, it's a long one, but I like it because it's a natural color and it's already got its hanging point, so whenever I'm done with it, I can hang it. It's probably going to be in my car. I got to get it tagged, titled, and everything. So my goal point is $10,000. And you can do that on Venmo at Gone Coastal 78. Gone Coastal 78. Anna Marie Harmony Stanton. Or Mystical MoonRose on CashApp. I do not work. I cannot work. I was in a car accident a couple years ago. I don't like that one. Oh. I'm not going to like it even more if I don't do that. Alright. This is What I've Done by Linkin Park. I channel through music, so you may hear me talking certain things in my life out with the music that plays. I'm trying to find, of course, there it is. And I got started with this. My daughter said, you know, you need to go to the coffee shop and sit and paint and talk to people that relate to you. Yeah, I've driven my kids crazy with talking. You need to do this. Well, guess what? I don't have money for coffee. I can't work and I don't get disability. I watched my mom try. And she eventually got approved, but what they don't tell you is she had MS. And it took her years to get started. So no, I don't look forward to lengthy, stupid things that the government makes you go through. So I will sit and suffer. I even got taken off my food assistance in Tennessee. I said, well, you should be able to work. Well, okay. I was living in my truck. How am I going to, I didn't have a place to shower. That was one, because you go to the Pilot down the road and it's $15 or $18, whichever it is. And you don't always get nice people to offer you a shower. And I don't panhandle, so I'd rather show what I do with the money that's, oh yeah, art supplies. The reason why I'm painting on this is because I don't have art supplies. This, what you see is what I got. I mean, I have a book that's filled over here, and I'm almost filled. And these canvases were given to me for Christmas. And now I'm down on this, so I really am limited on supplies. But God will get me through with what I need. I trust and believe that. Let's use this mop over here. I'm an abstract artist and I have no no idea what we're going to end up here with. So I have stage fright. So I used to be able to do this, no problem online, but I've been out of it for quite some time. So now, something I did think about last night is how I'm gonna upload these videos. I think if you're interested, I'm gonna do them long and then put a time lapse in it, so you won't hear any conversation, which means it's gonna be time lapse for whatever music I can find that's royalty free. Because like I said, I don't have a lot of support, but I mean, my kids are all up for it, for me to do this. My daughter, like I said, wanted me to do this in a coffee shop. My dad said, that's all you need is to loiter around in a coffee shop. With my dad being a cop, I get it. Already been through that here in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I'm good. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go back and watch one of the other videos. I think it's the second video. By the way, I listen these as seasons. Every time I start a new item, it'll be season instead of the item. So, I mean, I'll list what I'm working on, but no, I do not plan on selling this. Like I said, I plan on using it in my car as a window curtain. I have a 2015 Nissan Pathfinder, all platinum, four-wheel drive. So I live in it, prefer it. I need a curtain for privacy. So I've got a set here, these panels, and each one's going to be different. And if this side holds well, and after I get this side done, then I can paint this side as well. So I'll be doing a whole season, pretty much will be one item. So a new season, it'll be a canvas or whatever I can find to paint on, truthfully. Alright, I gotta tighten this twisty thing here. Alright, I Won't Forget You, I think it was by Motley Crue. And now we have Perry Mason by Ozzy Osbourne. The headset that I'm using, I believe, is Beats Solo 3 or something like that. Beats. In the event that you can hear it, yes, it is at full blast, and I have one ear open partially just to watch my volume in the house. And my son sometimes works real late and sleeps real late, so. And my husband is just outside this door over here, so I try to keep my volume down, respectfully. He's watching football. We have, and if you want to know why we're separated, we have lack of interest together. I have my own thing, he does his own thing, and we were separated for a year and a half before I came back here. That was right after my mom passed away that I came back. I I don't relate to anybody outside of the homeless community, and you know, I kind of assist them. If not, I can't do anything financially for them, but everybody needs somebody to talk to, especially when they feel like they don't have any family. So I would reconnect people with their family if I could. My family, and well, my dad's a police officer. He thinks I go into a hobo mode. He thinks I should put up with everything. My dad, I love him, but we have two different ideas of marriage. I think you should be completely compatible with your person. If you're not, give it up, because you're trying to change somebody. And the one thing that I've always been told, you cannot change anyone but yourself. There is no controlling others. And if you try, well, it's resistance for a reason. You gotta let them go, walk it out, do whatever. Not everybody's supposed to be in your book forever. And some chapters have to close. And that's the way I feel. And my mom, before she passed away, she said, "You're gonna die lonely." You know what? I'd rather die lonely than be in the wrong company. As you can tell, I'm sitting here painting. And, no, it's my husband's retired Navy. You can get the story on the other video. Anything before this. No animosity. I don't know why I had that pop up. Well, like I said, I channel while he may have some. He still wants me to be his wife, but I'm not. I don't give up the goods, if you know what I mean. The way I see that, that's the most spiritual energy you can give away. It's giving away your best part of you. And if you feel shitty at the end of the day, and I'm going to try to keep this clean. If you feel shitty at the end of the day for where you're at or what you're doing with whoever you're with, and they just don't measure up, and I don't mean size, I mean, what do they do for you emotionally, mentally? Do they stimulate you? Do they aggravate you? And don't get aggravated at their aggravations. Get aggravated at the fact that you're putting up with it. Only you can move. I mean, I can't right now, but I'm trying. I started this channel. Hopefully things will get up and go for me. I'm not trying to be a Bob Ross, but hey, if I can help somebody by whatever I have to say, then, so be it. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do in life. I'm not gonna argue with it. Just gotta roll with it. As Steve Winwood said, roll with it, baby. And I like I said, I don't have anything particular planned. I do have these other colors over here, and this is set up where I can paint with a toothpick or a very fine filbert. I love these. I love stiff brushes, and I hate that I have to get them filled with paint before they become stiff. But I love stiff long brushes. This one's a short one. But this right here, then we can take this and make some designs, or just tap it along. I think this one is Superman, but I can't remember who sang it. I want to say Three Doors Down. Somewhere in the sands of time, dark side of the moon, I was nothing to do. yeah, we're not just gonna do, just this plain here. We're just putting a base coating on it, really, just to give it some undercoating color. I've got a couple of paintings over there that have plain white spots in it that I gotta go now with a toothpick or a very fine brush. And, well, this is my little dipping to get the brush back to wet. Super. If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? So my superhuman, my kryptonite. Kryptonite. See, I was wrong. That's why I really should just. It's about Superman. I do smoke, so hopefully, you're all right with that. And like I said, right now, I don't have a way to pause that. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding? I will not be singing, by the way. I can, I just don't. Not without the music, because, it just sounds awful when it's, you can't hear the music behind it, or aggravated. That's what aggravates my husband. I used to sing karaoke, so, I mean, that's some pretty successful nights of karaoke. Last night I realized I was focusing on coloring everything at the moment, and I do have patterns though. I started to pattern this, and I was realizing it was getting blended in. So, and then until these marks were put before I started painting. So I'm trying to keep those apparent because obviously they're supposed to be there. And in purple. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. All this is an adult baby white. That's to wipe the color off my brush. This is for, do some patterns on there. Oh gosh, what is the name of this song? Oh, it's Bon Jovi, and Bon Jovi's my absolute famous. He's my absolute artist. What he does for the homeless is amazing. Shout out to Bon Jovi for saving that person from jumping off that bridge in Nashville. I used to sit at that bridge and think about the same thing that girl thought about. But I'm glad that she got to see my favorite artist. One of my favorite artists. No, he is my favorite artist, I think. That and Avenged Sevenfold and Breaking Benjamin. Under the gun, out on the run, I'm gonna return that on fire. Raise your hand. It takes me that long to get it. I'd never be a good contestant on. Well, I don't know. I had some. Now, I'm wondering. I'm gonna let this side dry. I don't want to blend in colors. I'm starting to make some patterns here. So we're gonna do this side a little different. Whatever comes out, comes out. Like I said, it's all gonna be patterned different somehow. Alright, that's deep. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, we want to do that a little lighter. What do we want to do? Let's do this one. I've been waiting for a girl like you by Foreigner. I don't have a professional studio, so if you're gonna ask me if I have any kind of paints that I prefer, I love the color Perusian blue, but I can only order it on Amazon. I cannot seem to find it anywhere. If it comes down to places I like to shop, there's Jerry's Artorama and Virginia Beach, but it does have stores. They do have stores elsewhere. I have never bought anything from Dick Blick because I find that their prices are a little too steep. Jerry's Artorama, I was a member and I got a discount every time I went in there. I love Soho paints from there, but I would get the container, the canister, and paint directly from the canister. But I'd go through it quite often, and it's about $12 per canister. I do not have one near me here in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. So they do have Jerry's Artorama in Nashville, but I need my car tagged and titled before I can start making trips down there, because I would definitely find one there. I'll go visit in person. I love the colors, but I just don't have the money to do it anymore. My husband, he takes care of my cell phone and he makes sure I eat and I have a roof over my head. Other than that, we don't have any kind of an agreement, and we've been married for 25 years, so we've known each other for 30. this year. We've been, this year marks 26 years. We haven't been able to get divorced because of the cost. And I have medical issues, so, you know what they say, it's cheaper to keep her. As long as I, have the insurance and I can be seen when I need to be seen. I'm diabetic, so insulin, I haven't been able to purchase insulin in quite some time, and it's really unsettling or unnerving because I had a friend who died in her 30s from diabetic coma. My understanding, she was in the bathtub when they found her. So yeah, kind of makes me worried, you know, being out there by myself. I think that worries my husband too. He said he's worried about them finding me dead in my car. So, well, it's just you know, gone. I'm gonna have to watch my verbiage apparently, because you know, cancel culture. They don't like the word. They gotta have it, you know, removed. Well, they influence. No, no, no. They don't influence. We're just telling a story. It just triggers you. If it triggers you, move along. If it doesn't trigger you, then you know you'll still be here listening. That's the one thing I don't like about mainstream media. They want to buy your attention by, you know, canceling out everything that really does happen. You know, what happens to the good news channels? I'm not saying that life should be all roses, but I don't think we should be interfering with the global, you know, resonation. I think each of us should be our own person, live our own life, and stay out of other people's business. Like I said, you can't control anybody but yourself. But they will. They'll put you in jail in a heartbeat because they can't control you. All right. I wonder what's going on here. What the hell? See, I'm having to refrain from my own. Now, I am very Christian, so do not think that I have a potty mouth just because I have a potty mouth. I have a potty mouth because God has me involved with some pretty crappy people in my life. And I grew that potty mouth. This is Def Leppard, but I gotta... Yeah, it's funny. You can do pretty much anything pushing the paint around. That's why I like... And this one is a stiff brush. It didn't used to be. It's one I got from Jerry's Artorama in Virginia Beach. It used to be in Chesapeake, but I mean, they had... No. I think they had two, but I'm not positive. They had one in Chesapeake, and then they closed that one, which was a huge building, and then they moved into this tiny little place. And I'm like, man, I don't think they even have half the stuff they used to. And not all the paints that they used to. Man, Soho paints, man. Plus they had mediums. Oh man, if I had any questions, I didn't have a hesitation with asking them. They were there to help. And then when they got into the smaller building, it's like everything changed. But they wanted to be where the crowd was. I get it. I need to add some more water here. This is recycled. I love recycling things that people are done with. Which they look at me like, well, you know, it's just cluttering up space. Yeah, well. I believe the name of this song is Women. I can't remember precisely. Alright. My paint here. I need some more. I felt triggered to tell you where I get my art supplies, unless you're looking at, unless it may be, I'd like to help her keep doing this channel if she's trying to get out from under her husband's skin, You may be thinking that. I'm hoping you're thinking that, honestly. I'd love to be doing this outside. I'd love to be doing this outside. Right now it's too cold. Well, living in my car, I'm going to put it to you this way. Over the last year and a half living here, and then the year and a half before living in my car, the freedom from my car. Oh my gosh, I didn't have to talk to anybody. Don't think of me as evil for that, please. Not for that. So many other things I could be claimed evil for, but nah, don't think of me that way. But no, I mean, you got homeless people that come up and tap on your window, and you're just trying to. You don't know what they've been on, and I don't. So my thing is weed. But when I'm out, I'm usually in Tennessee, and Tennessee is not legal. I found that out. I got a ticket. I didn't get arrested. They could have impounded my car though, so I'm glad that they didn't. But they are the ones that put the price of my car on my title, so I had to change. When I change it, it'll have the proper amount on it. And I paid $18,600 for this car. Didn't even know it wasn't there. I could have gotten the tags and whatever. Oh, that would have been dishonest though. So, and I'm real particular about being honest. I feel like we're going to come to pay for every lie we've ever told. And the way God will find out is that spiritual gift called the pineal gland has a feature that is our recording for our brain. And in the end, we will be seen for everything we've done. That is the third eye is God's way of watching over everything on this planet. In separate ways, it's a remix or redone, so I don't know. I think it was, I can't go and look. So if you're interested, Separate Ways, Worlds Apart. I want to say it was Daughtry, but yeah, sounds like Daughtry. I love this version, but I also love Journey's version. Journey was one of my first favorites. Chicago, Peter Cetera. That was my first favorite band. I used to play flute by ear while I played other instruments, knowing how. My sister had a flute. I didn't know the thing. I started out waiting for a flute, and then my band director, he told me, can't get a flute, then I can let you use a school clarinet. I didn't realize it was his clarinet. He was letting me use. And one of the ways he used to teach us our ways he could play all the instruments. And he'd show us how to play them personally. And he said, when he gave me my tenor saxophone, he said, this one is a school instrument. I can let you use this one. And I went from waiting on a flute to a clarinet. He let me play his, and then he said, well, can't do that, but here's what I'm going to do. I have this tenor saxophone that came open, and I really could use you as a tutor. I'm in the 6th grade. I weigh a little bit. I don't know if you've ever picked up a tenor saxophone, but then I was committing to playing this in marching band. I was tiny. I'm only 5'1" as an adult. I figured everybody's watching these people who will um, put their names on things, and they'll pay for a spot on canvas or paper or whatever. If they're willing to do that, then maybe they'd be willing to help out a woman here, help break out of society. I don't mind sleeping in my car. I really don't. I love it, actually. It's the peace and quiet of being everywhere. I don't have to stay in one spot. I can move from place to place. And who cares about having to sleep outside, Or I sleep in the car. And I'm actually, I pray every night. So I'm kept warm. I feel like I'm kept. God's watching over me. He knows that I'm not trying to stay with my husband for the financial means. And I gotta try and make a way out of here. So this is my best. I'm not here to diss him. As a matter of fact, he's right out on the other side of the door. It's not that I'm holding my voice down for it, but I don't need to be loud. I don't need to be loud. So I need some work done on my car. Hopefully, with the weather, I don't have but like 17 miles worth of gas in it. But I did not go to the gas station to keep my car from freezing. So I'm hoping it's okay. I don't have money for that. And that I'm sure would be another $400, $500, $600. I've only got 130 something miles, 130,000 miles on my car. I bought it in 2021. Tags expired. They're temporary tags. I need insurance, which I'd go through USAA since my husband's retired Navy and I still have benefits with that. So I do have a list of things, but maybe. I'm hoping. You can't do anything and expect instant results, but you never know. I'm telling you, everything feels, well, like I really hate to sound like I'm crazy, but I'm really okay by myself because I know that I have my passed over family with me all the time. And I don't go out saying this a lot, but I don't mind being able to channel them to get my messages. And my voice may change while I'm doing this because it'll be something if someone else wants to say something. But they try to respect the fact that I've got this. But if they want me to speak on something, I mean, you may have a family member and this hits or resonates, and your family member may want to say something to you, and they can guide you to the video. Believe it or not, this is how your spirit guides work. They'll guide you to the things that you're interested in learning about, and if it's a good thing, and it's divinely guided, believe it or not. See how that turned out? Interesting. I just let them come in and do what they want to do. I don't know what that's supposed to represent, but yes, I believe in life after death. I'm getting channel messages, and they were they're feeding me questions internally and asking me to respond out loud. And yes, I do use this app. I face all my inside demons, all those things we keep hidden to ourselves, and I go and give it to God, the rest of it. Yes, you can believe in spirits. The dead know nothing. All right? The dead know nothing about certain things. They're not going to tell you about certain things. And what got me into all of this is after my friend Tori died in 2019, my son was already diagnosed with terminal cancer. It was his second round of cancer, but he was only told that he was told that he only had 6 months to live. So I go after my daughter gets him up to Ohio, because I'm originally from Arkansas. He was driven to Little Rock by my first ex-husband, and my high school sweetheart at the time. So he was driven up there by him, and then my son Alex picked him up, and they went out, and they had a couple eats. I think they went to an Italian restaurant or some kind of pizza place before Michael got up and came up here to Missouri. But they didn't have a bus station here, and it was easier for Alex, and it's probably cheaper for him to come to Missouri, honestly, before going to Ohio, because my daughter had gotten him into the James Center, and that's where she was living. So he was going to be living there, and she was going to be driving him back and forth to the doctor. That was the plan. And then when they found out, well, we can't, but we can do this. Everybody's interested in the money. That's my point of view. Cancer is the most profitable disease because everybody's got it. It seems. I've had it. I've had it 3 times. That's to my knowledge. I might have a little bit something now, but unseen. Well, they said it was removed. Colonoscopy. They said it was removed. I'm sure I'll find out later it's back. I still have way too many colitis issues and bloody stools. Well, I mean, not even bloody stools, just outright red. To the point my dad said, "Quit sending me this." Well, Dad, I'm just letting you know, I ain't all that great either. So when Michael died, I put up these cameras in the house. And then I started finding orbs all over my house. And I keep it on infrared because, well, if they're here, I want to talk to them. That means they're here for a reason. They're here to either watch me. So I play music on random and let them dance me away or paint me away, You never know what they're going to do. And I'll be, since I'm not using my body for anything other than sleep. And they say, I'll be better off, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, no, they're not sleeping. They're here. And you hear that vocal change. And that one. You can just hear it rattle on, rattle on, rattle on. Walk This Way by Aerosmith and Run DMC. I wouldn't try to be a medium if you're not into telling the truth all the time. Do not open yourself up to that, because that's how you, if you even white lie, man, they can't be here. They can't be a conduit with you. So, or you can't be a conduit with them. You have to tell the truth all the time. And you want protection from the other side, because, where there is one, there is the other. And that's why they're always here, to keep me in line and keep me telling the truth so they can stay. My mom, my grandma, my grandpa, I'm serious. I got family members, and they like the way I do things. So I may look alone, but I'm pretty much at peace wherever I am. and with outside influences. I mean, I've been in a parking lot and the woman asked me, "Don't you have any place to go?" No, I really don't. Oh, I mean, I could go down here and eat at this place, but I don't have my car is not tagged. I'm not getting stopped again. And a bus pass costs $50 that I ain't got, so. Yeah, I plan on doing this different throughout. It's just like one great big canvas. It's gonna be one great big painting, I'm sure, but well, obviously it is. I'm working on it. I may be tapping this out right here, but I am gonna come back. I've got toothpicks that I use for detail work. I have some small flat, and I don't know what these are called. Angled. I can't remember. I have a concussion in 2021, and I'm still. That's why I'm so glad I have these people with me, these angels with me. So. Now, I will not be working on this without being on camera, no matter how tempting it is. This may be 12, it may be 25 videos of me just painting this one sheet. But if you want to see my progress, you subscribe and see how far we've gotten today. That's all I can say. It's not going to be different. It's just going to be this, and it's going to be me chatting with the camera. With you.